What's good, yo? Um, this is kind of a turning point for the channel. So basically, there we go. All right. So basically, kind of damn, I look like shit. It's kind of like one of my last times, sort of, just pressing record and just going. So I've kind of made a decision, right? So you need a vehicle to propel yourself. And if you don't get what I mean by that, what I mean is you need something. Shit, dude, this kind of goes against my whole ideology that I'm trying to get going. Um, Basically, if you haven't watched one of these before, I'm trying to push this ideology that there are like no rules. You can kind of just do whatever. Like, you don't have to fit into the set standard of like, oh, you're too young to do this. Like, oh, you are too old to do this. Like, you don't fit into this. Like, you can't. Like, I don't know. Like, for example, one of the things I always believed was that you don't, like, or I guess you shouldn't rather, is, fuck, dude. I'm just gonna keep it, because we're just gonna keep it rolling. I was thinking about reshooting this. One of the things that you're not supposed to do is, like, try and pick, like, 8 different, businesses to start. You should just pick one, focus on it, dump everything into it, all the effort and whatever. But one thing I kind of want to push is like you don't have to do that. You can pick 8 different ones. Maybe one of them lands, even though they're all like 0.5% effort. I'm trying to push the ideology of it's never been done for a person before. Like I mean, like fucking 60-year-old, for example, playing in the NFL, right? Never happened. But I want to try and embrace the ideology and push to people that fuck it, you're the first one, right? So one of the things that you're supposed to do is kind of pick a vehicle, right? So there's one thing that you think is gonna propel you to the next level. So for some people, that's putting everything into drop shipping. For some people, that's putting everything into their business where they wash windows. For some people, that's putting everything into real estate. And I do and don't want to contradict myself with this, but just for me personally, I think that's something that's gonna work better. So the idea is that I've wanted to be a business owner for like so long, right? So it's always been a big thing of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have this business, making all this money and doing this and that and the other thing. And every time I tried something, and every time I've thought about like what that leads to in the future, it always in my head is kind of like this thing where it's like, I don't want that much stuff to manage. Like, I don't want to be in charge of like, I don't know, you're the head of all the marketing, head of the product, head of fulfillment, head of customer satisfaction, head of like, you're in charge of fucking everything, dude. And it kind of sounds like a headache. Like, I mean, I want to get to the point, like, I don't want to be an entrepreneur, right? Rather be an owner. There's a difference between an entrepreneur and an owner. So an owner buys the asset, holds it, lets everybody else do the work, and then takes profit. Which sounds fucked up when you explain it like that, but that's kind of where I'm heading for. It's just, I mean, but I'd like to compensate people fairly that work under me eventually, but I don't really want to. Yeah, it's gonna sound fucked up, like I don't want to work or some shit, which is kind of true, but I'd rather just be. I want to be as hands off as I can so I can focus on these other tasks that I want to do. Because my plan is to eventually, once we get to a certain point, diversify and do as many things as I can that I'm not supposed to be in that situation for. You'll understand that more in a couple of years, but maybe not even a couple of years, maybe a year or two, something like that. Depends how fast I can get this shit together. But basically, would have been yapping about for like 5 minutes that I haven't got to the point of is I think one of the main vehicles that I'm gonna use is gonna be YouTube. So that'll kind of be like my main, like this is literally the most hands off like, you can build something. Like, there's so many YouTubers out there who do really not that much. You get on, you play the game, and then you pay an editor to like fix it up for you, or you can edit it yourself. It's, it doesn't take that long. But a couple of reasons I'm doing this, right? I think this has the most value. Just me sitting here and letting my thoughts kind of roll out, and you get to look directly into my brain, and like, you can see my thought process where I was like talking earlier about, man, I should just shut this shit down, start over. Right, like, I think that's the thing that has the most value to it, is, or not the most, like, if you relate to me specifically and you see yourself in my situation, I think that's something that would connect with you very, very well, in my opinion. I don't know. Just being able to like see real human thoughts instead of like all the fake BS they put on the internet about like, oh yeah, 16 years old, I made $3 billion selling, whatever the fuck. Like, you don't get to see the real part behind it where the person's struggling and they don't, like, a lot gets left out. And I feel like this is a very personal thing, right? So I don't want to get rid of this. But here's the thing. Number one, we need more, like, I guess you could just call it viewership. Again, really not for like me. Like, funny enough, I don't want to be famous at all, but I want this message everywhere. Get the message out. You need more people watching and consuming and sharing the content, right? But I also think that a lot of people don't really learn super well, like how I'm talking to the camera right now. Like, if I wanted to, like, let's go back to like 9th, 10th grade math, right? If I didn't understand something, what worked a lot better for me is just hopping on some YouTube video and watching somebody do this, do this, do this, do this. It's like, just a roadmap here to there. Perfect. That works well for me. What didn't work as well is some dude getting on and yapping about theory and like, all the other components that go into like this certain fucking rule or equation or whatever. I'm sorry, I'm making no sense. Anyways, if I wanted to know very deeply about that subject and like, say I really, really cared about geometry, that would have more value. That's helping me learn a lot more. I just have to pay attention to it and like, really dissect it instead of just getting the answer I want real quick and then hopping into it. So I do think there's some people that aren't going to watch something like this where I'm just talking to you and like they're not going to learn anything. So working plan is dedicate time to, I guess the majority of time, to making somewhat more. Now, I'm gonna just be real with you. It's gonna be like a little more generic YouTube content, right? So it's just, I'm not gonna do all the stupid like clickbaity, like, oh, like the thumbnails and whatever. But, just basic stuff like how to get out of debt or how to, fucking, I don't know what, like something. I don't know, maybe something like car sales related, because I know that. I'm probably going to be breaking one of the generic YouTube rules as well, or one of the like cardinal sins of YouTube, which is pick a niche. I'm not going to be doing that. Like, it'll basically be like self-help, sort of like, fix your life sort of shit, but like, I don't know. It's kind of stressing me out, but it's a lot easier than going in and being like, all in on Forex trading. That shit sounds fucking terrible. Anyways, want to boost this channel up a little bit over the coming years and whatever, and then that is really the thing that opens me up to a lot of the opportunities I want to take in the future, because if somebody knows your face, they know your message, they know this, that, and the other thing about you, that builds a real personable relationship, credibility, all the shit, right? That unlocks a lot of things for you. And some of the goals that I have set for, year 2, whatever down the road, they require me to have a certain form of publicity and be able to get into things a little bit easier. So this is just the route I'm taking. Feel free to take whatever you think works best for you. Still deciding if I really want to do this or not. But I think it'd be cool to base a lot of the content around like, what business I'm doing at the time. So right now we have the car sales job, which if you don't know, I do car sales. It sounds pretty evil, right? I think if I was working anywhere else, I would hate it. This place I work at right now, Shepherd Auto Group, I work for Volkswagen right now, and they got like Audi, and then like Volvo, Hyundai. Anyways, if I was working at any other dealership, I think I'd hate it and probably quit immediately. I kind of got this job on accident. I thought it was like a marketing thing, but basically, anyways, working car sales right now. They're really cool. Years from now, if Shepherd Auto Group is still around, if you're like in the Oregon area, please go buy from them. Super cool people. As of right now, they haven't like screwed me over or anything. So I mean, like right now, I really like them. Cool people. Family owned too. Sorry, I'm just plugging the fuck out of this shit. Anyways, back to whatever I was talking about. Yeah, so car sales right now. What I would like to branch out and do is maybe, sorry, I didn't mean to flip you off. Maybe I've always been into marketing, and then the deeper I got into it, and the more I like looked into like what that actually takes and like how fulfillment works, the more daunting it gets just because of how competitive and oversaturated the space is. Like marketing is just, if you want to survive, you have to pour so much money into it. I know there's like free and organic ways to do it, but like if you're making a promise to every customer that every single thing's gonna work, that is a monumental task, which we may go into. I don't know. We'll see. Something a little bit easier. This isn't gonna sound easier at all. Real estate wholesaling. Kind of been interested in that lately. That's been something that's kind of like, I don't necessarily like feel bad about, because I did like drop shipping for a little bit, and that was like, I'm really not helping the world. I don't feel like I'm just buying cheap shit from China and reselling it. Sure, like real estate, you can look at it as like, you're just ramping up housing and rental costs. I see it as taking away from BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, that are like, they're literally buying up all the fucking real estate in the US. So I'd rather stimulate the economy, put money back into US based like non-corporation landlords, and stimulate the economy as much as I can. Because if less of the apartments and housing and whatever else goes into a big corporate thing, the more goes back into the power of the people, and that's what I prefer. Anyways, get more into that like at a different time. Sorry, I've been like fucking yapping on this shit. Anyways, yeah. So work the car sales thing. It'd be fun to kind of do like content about real estate wholesale, or just like general life advice, whatever, like what you're hearing right now, but I actually like write the shit down and like, make a fucking proper video for it instead of just talking. And I cut out all the ums and anywayses that I say, and like, cussing, that sort of stuff. So I don't know, dude. It's just like, how do you throw your life together? It's weird, but yeah, we'll figure it out. I'm hoping my tits aren't in one of the thumbnails. I don't. It speaks to the effort I put into these things. I don't like upload phone thumbnails. It just kind of picks a random frame and then puts it up there. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm just kind of wearing this because it's a little more casual. This is our last like kind of casual. Oh, I forgot something. So yeah, move it in that direction, and then I don't know if I want to do a second channel or just keep it on here, and then it just looks really weird when you're looking through the list. But I don't even know why I forgot this. This is a really important thing of this. Yeah, it's ADHD brain or something. Where's am I out of sparkling seltzer water? ADHD brain. What was I even talking about? Yeah, so important thing to this. Sorry, I've just been edging you guys. Fuck, dude, I can't like... Important thing to this. When I upload something that's, the generic YouTube, hey, this is 10 steps to do whatever else and the other thing. I want to do this again, just personable talking people to people thing again, because this is what I think has more value, in a separate video. So like maybe it looks like, okay, I put up on here how to manage your time, how to set up a morning routine, or whatever the video is. And then next upload is just right back to this, me talking about like, hey, this is how things are going. That's why I uploaded that. I like this, just being able to talk and dissect and be real. That's a lot more fun, for me, and hopefully for you too. But yeah, that's kind of, I'm still deciding if that's like a second channel thing, or if it's just like a, after every video, just put something up. But yeah, that's kind of the main focus. That's where we're moving to. There's like a million things I want to do, and like I have a million thoughts that I forget all the time. There's always ideas that are going on, and then I start the camera and then I forget it. So I mean, we got some kinks to work out. But thank you for coming along in the journey, listening to me spew absolute bullshit for like 20 minutes now or something like that. I hope you enjoy your day. Pray for me that I actually stick to some shit this time. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. If by chance this video gets to a point where like people actually watch it, feel free to comment if you think I should. Damn, I already sound like a fucking YouTuber. It's just the way it goes. I don't know if I want to do second channel or keep it on this one, so please let me know. This fucking YouTube phrase, kind of hate it here. Yeah, that's kind of it. One more thing. I was talking about if people actually look at this or not. It's kind of freaking me out. I was looking through, everything's got like 1 view, 5 views, 3 views, 6. It's weird. There's real people watching this. So, thank you. I think. Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to like help you, but still, fuck it. I'm just going off.